Hello and welcome to another review with the Stick, and today we'll be reviewing a quadrone. Let's get straight to it. Alright, so some of you guys, when you guys think of drones, you think of flying, awesome videotaping, recording, 4K, 1080p, all those things you can get for your drone, like if you get the proper professional drones. But you know what? That's really expensive and you're just wasting all your cash on a drone that could be very fragile if you had to damage it in some way in flight mode. But I found a cheaper drone that I've been flying in my free time. It's got some good features and of course it's got safety things in comparison to what most drones have. So yes, here's the drone. I'll do a clip soon about, in the video about me flying the drone and everything. So as you guys can see, the drone, which is really cool, but I'll go through the bad things about it and the good things about it. The good thing is I like the design of it, and the good thing about it is that it has a sorry about it guys, I'm sorry if I'm a little bit not speaking well because I'm a little bit sick, I think, because I'm coughing a little bit now and my chest is a little bit sore, so sorry if I do it, but I'm still going to make this video. So what the good thing is about this is that it's actually more a protective drone, it's more protected, you know what I mean, Carl? Because like Inspire 1 DJIs, they don't have what these call anti-crash protections. If you had to turn upside down and to fall like this, like a real life proper drone, it would totally just flip up the propellers and it'll damage it. But what this does, now this is just completely different. The company that made this must have find a new way to make things safe. So what it's like not a mesh, you won't know what mesh is, it's like a metal thing. This is like plastic, so for example, if the drone had to fall like this thing is flexible, so it can go like this and protect it. Because I have hit this thing on the roof so many times during the flight that it's still perfectly fine, it can still fly, but I'm not going to fly it now. I'll add a clip to it because the thing still has to charge a little bit. What also a problem is, why would you have to charge it for 30 minutes if you only get a 6-minute battery life? Because that's just weird. You could like charge it for like 10 minutes, you could get a 6-minute battery life. But anyway, in overall, the drone is just perfectly fine. When you guys first... Okay, I'm gonna go into what the bad is, alright? So when I first got the drone, alright, I was kind of getting used to it and everything, but then randomly I kept the thing on charge, took it off perfectly fine, but then sorry about that guys, but then I tried to fly the drone, but it did work sometimes, but then it didn't work again after I took it off charge a few times. But the problem is everything was fine, this was fully charged, but then the problem is that it wouldn't want to start flying. And so I didn't go do research on Google, I looked through the manual, I read through it, and it found out that the controller, can you get the controller for me please, which is up there.
How am I gonna reach that? Hey guys.
Be careful with my chair dude, that thing is not flipping up.
Yeah, why does this thing spins and makes me fall over?
Muscle off with you.
Sorry.
Alright, so I got the controller so you guys can understand. So I went through the manual, of course, and then what I did was that I read through it, and it finds out is that once these two are connected, then the thing can stop flying. But then when I did that, the problem was I wasn't sure whether the thing was broken, because we were thinking of taking it back because it wasn't working, but it actually was perfectly fine. Problem was you had to keep the throttle stick down until a light on here became a solid blue to show that the sync transmitter is on, so that it shows it ready for flight. So I just kept it down and thought I always thought that you could like just do this, go up, and it's perfectly fine, but you have to hold the stick down in order to give the drone a signal that it's about to fly, so it keeps the sync transmitter on. So yeah, that's the bad pretty much. I'll go through a other bad things. Now, that was about spare parts of it, but you have to obviously you gotta be careful, and here's also a bad. When you for example lose a propeller, you have to be careful with which ones you are taking. Because recently I was trying to fly my drone outside, because it was always just black and white propellers on it, and I wanted to change to all green. But then I took green, but then what was different is that the propellers were heavier. So if I had to, it wasn't wrong or anything, but then I couldn't take the drone up, because the problem was like the back ones were heavier. Both of the ones in the back were heavier than the front ones. So when I tried to take off the drone, all it did, for example, was, oh never mind.
I'll move down.
Hold on. How many minutes of video been going on for?
5 minutes. I'll go down.
So as you guys can see, I was trying to fly the drone. Let's say now I'm flying the drone, right? So then these two, if you just remember, keep in mind guys, the two ones, the propellers were heavier. And I didn't know, I thought they were like normal height. And I thought something was broken, but it was not. As these are lighter, these propellers were heavier, but they're actually not now because I changed them. Now, I was trying to take off the drone and it went like this because obviously this had more. Come on, dude.
Clap.
This had more weight on the propellers that were on the back had more weight on it, so it would keep it back. So I had to get the same height, ones that are the same weight, they're light, so they could go up evenly. Because if I had to take like heavy ones, I would have to like take both heavy ones, take all the heavy ones and stick them on any part of the drone so it goes even. Because it's got to be with the same height, or not the same height, the same weight, in order to show that it will keep up an even height. So yes, guys, let's get to the what I think is ugly. Now, when I first looked at the drone, I thought it looked like a little tadpole because it had like, if you take the, for example, take the wings off, it would look like a little tadpole because it looks like you with little legs on it. But these propellers are really good, but there isn't much of an ugly thing. The only problem is that I really don't like is that it only has a 6-minute battery life, which is a bit of an annoying thing if you're trying to get some awesome footage and cool things about it. Now let's get on to the cool stuff, right? When you first fly the drone, I'm not going to press any buttons, but then you've got your throttle stick here, flying around here. Now I'm not going to show you because you guys might forget. What I found out was that you could do 360-degree flips on these, legitimate 360-degree flips like this. You can choose you want to go make it forward like this, backwards, or sideways. But what was the problem is that your drone will automatically go up by a few centimeters so it gets the height it wants to. So yeah, that was the problem because it actually hit the roof once when I was trying to turn the drone forward like this. But it was fine though, but it hit the back, hit it when it was busy spinning because I was too high, and plus the thing went up too high. The cool thing is you input in what's called speed mode. And what's cool about that is you can go really, really fast, but I recommend, if you want to keep this safe, I recommend you don't do this in your house because it goes really, really fast. I haven't tested it out myself yet, but I know it will be fast. But then I'd rather suggest doing speed mode outside or experimenting with speed mode outside. It's a lot more open and vast, so you can, in case anything happens, you can also just go pick it up and rather than having to go get it. Now obviously this thing has a warranty. I think it did have a warranty, right?
I think so.
Yeah, like a 2-year warranty. So in case I frick this thing up in the next 2 years, trying to be a flippin' bookjohn here, sorry about that. Or trying to be an idiot flying the drone, then I would get it fixed, you know, for free. So yeah, sorry about that word, guys. I didn't mean to say that. So yeah, it's like a little tadpole. So yeah, it's really, really weird that you get this kind of drone, but trust me, it's an average price of 1,000 rand. I got the box right with me here, fly 100 feet high, can still pick up signal, which is really, really cool. You can do, one more thing to talk about with the features, in putting what's called headless mode, is when you allow, for example, now with most things like another drone, if this thing had to fly forward and you try to turn this left, it will go right, because it goes opposite when you're in front of it. But then if you put in headless mode, it will go in the exact distance or the exact movement. It will go the exact side. So if you have to go to the front and you move right, it'll move right. So it kind of knows that you're like behind or in front of it to allow it in the same movement that you want it to. So yes, that's all the cool stuff now. But this is actually really cool. I wonder if you can actually get like different designs of these things or like different colors and stuff like that. But yes, right now that's enough talking about the drone. We'll talk about maybe another thing now about what's going on, because I have to keep this on charge so that it can be ready for the clip I'm going to do after this video about flying this with 360-degree flips and all that. Let's get to the manual because I'm not going to be able to go through all the features with you guys. It says don't flip and fly this in 4-grade wind if you don't. How strong is 4-grade wind? Because I don't know about how strong is it?
About when trees are about to fly off out of the ground and roofs are blowing off their houses. That's 4-grade wind.
That's 4-grade 10.
That's 4-grade wind.
So you can't fly in 4-grade wind, otherwise it's obvious because you're going to kill yourself doing that. Or kill your drone actually.
You'll kill yourself as well.
You get a protected bracket, you get what's called a sync transmitter. If that thing I told you about the mistake that I had, I didn't search out with the manual for that problem. But yes guys, that's been an awesome video for today. I wonder how long it's gone for, Carl. How long has it gone for?
Almost 10 minutes.
Alright, that's actually an average video to talk about a little thing that's kind of cool to do in your free time. And remember guys, this is too light. It's seriously light, but don't think that you can like just put the GoPro on this thing and then voila, you can take some awesome footage. This thing can't hold a camera. You would logically have to just fly it normally like outside or in your house. You can't like take good footage with it because it doesn't have a camera on it. I know you can also get like stuff in Cape Town, like a paradrone I saw in the shop for like 10,000 rand. Comes with a built-in camera, it's like pretty much just takes it into the body rather than having to be like a little thing you turn around. But that's been today's video. If you guys have any questions or questions about the drone or drone suggestions or what's really cool about it, you can check us out. Check my Twitter channel. I'll check my Twitter account. I'll put in the link in the description. Or hit yourself at the comments so we can just answer them for you. This has been an awesome video for today, you guys. Sorry about the video wait. It's been honestly, I mean, you guys are awesome, and it's been a pleasure to have an awesome review with you guys. Adios.
Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. That was impossible to keep up with. Do more 360 flips.
Okay, stop.